Hi everyone, this is NomoSpar19 coming to you with a StarCraft II Wings of Liberty how to play video. I'm going to show you today how to play the Terran race. I personally like the Terran just because I'm so used to the Age of Empires lines of games, and simply just because they're humans in robot suits controlling them, pretty much. That's basically why I favor the Terran over any of the other races, because they're humans. I've always liked humans in any game, like World of Warcraft. Most of my tunes are human. I just recently switched on to Draenei, but that's besides the point. So Terran, getting started, their villager unit is the SCV, and the SCVs must stay at their building while they're building it. Unlike Protoss and Zerg, where the Protoss just set it down and it warps in, and the Zerg actually take out a villager. So basically, with the Terran, the main strategy that you need to get used to is setting up your defenses. Now, with Terran, it makes it very easy to defend yourself because their supply depots can be raised and lowered. I will show you that when that building is finished. And another point I must point out, that sounds right, is a constant flow of SCVs should be coming from your command center, because you always need minerals, no matter what. And it's always a good idea to just have tons of SCVs on hand at any given time.
Roger.
Now I'm just sort of running this guy around to wait for my barracks, which starts right now. While that guy's building the barracks, I'm going to show you how the SCV works. See, when I select the SCV and press the R hotkey, I can raise, lower, which means I can cross units across the supply depot when it's lowered. So I can completely blockade this part off from any enemy attack and just stockpile stockpile ranged units around this barrier to protect my base against an enemy attack.
What's going on?
Now, generally, I start this way. I start with a supply depot here, a barracks here, and I usually stick another barracks here, but I might just stick another supply depot here just to save some room, and then stick my next barracks back there. And just for the sake of the tutorial, I'm not going to build that many SCVs just because I want to keep this short and sweet so that I'm not boring you. So this barracks is finished. Now what I'm going to do is,
SCV ready.
I technically can't build any of these attachments because I don't have any Vespene gas. But what you want to aim for is having a barracks with a tech lab to build Marauders and Reapers and Ghosts, and then have another barracks with a reactor so that you just have a constant stream of
Big job,
Marines coming out of your barracks. And what I did was I queued up the entire barracks full of Marines so that I can fend off the enemy onslaught at this point. And since Marines are ranged, the enemy is forced to attack the supply depots first,
Want a piece of me, boy?
and then the Marine, because the Marine is behind the supply depots. And pretty much the Marine is your standard ranged unit, your standard ranged human. And right there I just finished that.
Go, go, go!
So now I have two barracks here. Once I get my Vespene gas up to 25 or 50, I can make a tech lab for reactor. Now to separate those, a tech lab lets you research specific things, and it's not finished yet. And lets you train Marauders, Reapers, Ghosts, etc. And the reactor lets you train multiple Marines at the same time. And I believe it's only 2 Marines at the same time, but that's still a major boost because you're doubling your Marine
This better be good.
production. Now, this is pretty much the basic setup. You can vary it different ways. I made a mock tutorial where I stuck another supply depot in the middle here, and then stuck my barracks back here and just let the units stream to this point so that they can just stack up. So right now I can make Marauders and effectively defend against an enemy attack, whatever it may be. Now, I'm just playing a computer, so human players might have a different tactic in mind. Like, say I had a game the other day where a person had a warp prism, or whatever you call them, for Protoss, and he just warped in Dark Templars right here, right here, where I couldn't see them, and just pretty much raped my base while I wasn't paying attention. Of course, it was at, like, I would say 2 in the morning, and I wasn't paying attention whatsoever to anything that was going on. So I was just massing a force here, and then he just came in behind me and took out all of my SCVs, and boom. So, what you want to do is go to an engineering bay, and then stick at least 1 or 2 missile defenses, or missile turrets, around the back of your base and on the sides, maybe at least 1 or 2 or 3, whichever you're comfortable with, to make sure that your enemy doesn't bring warp prisms or any kind of dropships in. So that's basically Terran race. Here's I'm fighting Zerg, and I left a lot of base over there. But sometimes this type of thing doesn't always work, and it's best to just stick 3 flighty pieces here because roaches.
This better be good.
Sometimes it just doesn't always work the way it's supposed to, and the ranged roaches can kill your army pretty easily. Anyways, there's the Terran. I will get to the Protoss and the Zerg momentarily. Please stay tuned.